Even though you guys don't love me, and I know you guys probably love children a little too much, but I'm very empathetic to you guys. I love you guys. Even these guys with the guns, I feel sorry that you guys were probably abused as children, and I really hope you guys get the mental health care that you guys deserve. I love you guys. God bless you all. I love you guys. I love your rights. I think you guys are great. We need to actually transition more children. We need more drag queen story time for elementary school kids.
So Alex is back, calling out these GTA try-hard kids, these Call of Duty players rocking the Pride emblem, part 2. Mental health care they need. Damn right they do. Everything he said there, it just couldn't have said it any better. This guy is an absolute legend. Alex, keep up the good work, my friend.
What do you think about white men?
I think it's just the term white man, just immediate turn off.
What do you think of black men?
Love.
Do you think it's racist to, by default, not like white men?
I mean, I don't think so, because...
Be gone, fuck!
Schools are going to be banned from letting pupils change gender if their parents oppose it in new guidance from Rishi Sunak. This, by the way, as a teacher basically told a student she had to go to a different school after she discussed whether or not a girl could or could not identify as a, wait for it, a cat. This, as it emerges, that teachers are allowing pupils to identify as a dinosaur, a horse, or even the moon, and say, yes, we'll completely accept that, and we will treat that as if it's completely normal and has meaning, as opposed to completely insane and a child perhaps either having a laugh or perhaps needing severe help.
Stop it. Get some help.
You got flipping kids going to school identifying as flipping cats. The hell is going on up in those schools, man? How are we allowing this to happen? What the hell is going on? Hey, if I had kids in them schools, I'd say, look, my kids are allergic to cats. Get yourself home, lads. You got kids flipping identifying as Tom and Jerry out here. What the hell?
I'm just wondering if you'd like to go down on a list saying you're willing to take the refugees into your home.
Of course not. Only problem is I rent.
Just because you've got that refugees welfare, yeah. I'm just wondering if you'd like to go on a list of people that's willing to actually adopt a refugee and take them into your home.
Well, if I had any space, I would.
If you had any space.
It wouldn't be...
Right. Willing to accept a refugee, like adopt one into your home?
I live in a rental place, so I can't.
Rental?
Yeah.
You can't do it?
Yeah.
Someone else's job?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. Is she willing to adopt a refugee and take them into your home?
No, I'm sorry, I can't.
You can't take one?
I don't have a space.
Don't have the space. You'll have a refugee stay at your house?
Yeah, I don't mind.
You'll go on the list?
I don't mind, yeah, I can take, give me the thing. Oh wait, I can't, because my house is only a little small and...
Amazing, that's what I was waiting for. Thank you, darling.
Got him. We fucking got him.
So if the only reason you don't want to date someone boils down to the fact that they're trans, that's transphobia right there.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
I am a 27-year-old transgender woman. I am a wolf therian and a member of the furry fandom.
No. That's enough internet for me today, boys. I don't know if I can do this. I'm really trying here.
When and how did you discover this inner wolfness?
Probably around age 10 or 11. I was watching an anime about wolves and see the wolf running across the screen, and I'm somehow just intrinsically like, oh, that's me.
And have you spent any time around biological wolves?
Yes.
That sounds dangerous also. What context are you?
So I was a volunteer with a preserve, and I've also visited many wolf preserves.
Are you able to communicate with the wolves?
Am I going to have a conversation with a wolf in the way that I'm communicating you and I? Obviously not. Am I going to read their body language, respond appropriately to their behaviors and their nonverbal cues? Yes.
Would you be able to give us an example of this wolf communication?
No. I'm not comfortable doing so.
Okay, all right.
Man, I can't do this, man. How does he do these interviews with a straight face? Because I couldn't do it. Why do these people all look the exact same? Inner wolfness. No, it's just inner mental healthness.
That I think is the most fundamental question ever. Well, it is passion. I'm passionate about it, which is, as a nurse, I had to study biology to qualify. So why now can't our politicians and even our institutions like the NHS say what a woman is? Is extreme trans ideology a threat to womanhood?
So the answer is yes, it is. I think that's really clear. You know, we've had situations of men taking advantage of this in women's prisons, in sports, where, you know, they are claiming to be able to race in women's races. And it is a huge issue for women. And you know, we've spent years fighting for equality with men, to be treated equally. And now we have this issue of people with male genitalia claiming to be women. I think it's completely wrong, but also it's ludicrous, isn't it? And you are a student of biology, and I think most people actually understand the basic biology.
Yeah.
But we have this doublespeak of politicians refusing to say women don't have penises. And what is that about?
Does a woman have a penis, Liz Truss?
No, a woman does have a penis, obviously, Dan.
Good, good.
The thing is, guys, we all know that. They don't care about facts. They just live in the fantasy world, and they want us all to live and buy the BS they live by. And you don't have to be a scientist, a genius, a biologist to just say, look, that's a man, that's a woman, mate. You know, a flipping 3 or 4 year old kid will tell you that.
It's a topic that won't seem to die, so let me make something very clear. If you buy the Hogwarts Legacy game, you are contributing to transphobia. Even if you consider yourself an ally, even if you yourself are trans, you are contributing to transphobia. And that is not an opinion, it's a fact. J.K. Rowling, both through the words she says and direct financial contributions, is signal boosting and enabling multiple groups and individuals who are actively pushing for the stripping away and restricting of rights of trans people, especially in the UK right now. And it's working.
I'm glad it's working. And when I heard about all this, when you could pre-order this game, I'll tell you what, I pre-ordered it quicker than you can make a hot drink, mate. I enjoyed the game, personally. Sunk in about 50, 60 hours, probably. Listen, this was just good marketing for the game. Whoever heard this, they were more inclined to buy the game.
Can a man get pregnant?
I think, well, they can in this day and age, with well, sort of new sciences, the fertilization. Yeah, I mean, I think you see on the internet nowadays, you see more men with like artificial style pregnancies. Yeah.
So when you do you say defertilization?
I said artificial.
Artificial fertilization.
Yeah.
So so as men, I presume you're a man.
I am.
We don't have uteruses, no?
No.
So we can't get pregnant.
No.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Can a man get pregnant?
I think first it depends what you identify as a gender. So you might identify as a man, but you might still have, I guess, female genitalia. So obviously then you can still get pregnant. But if you have transitioned, then you won't be. But if you're a man and you have all the male like genitalia and everything, then obviously not.
Okay. I just find it utterly mind-blowing that these questions are even being asked. Why are we finding this question so difficult to answer? Before they answer the question, you can just look at the person they're interviewing and just know if they're going to say yes to this question. They can in this day and age. No, they can't, mate.
That's Third World War, is it?
2 to 3 years before we reach tipping point.
Look, I'm sorry you feel strongly about it, but you know what? There are 6 million people that live in this city, and you're fucking up their lives. Yes, I do. And I do for the small things. Why don't you go and sit in the road in China or in India or do something that might be useful?
I'm a British citizen, and I want my government to do the right thing.
What, you want them to stop oil? So how are you going to heat your house?
Not only oil.
How are you going to heat your house? How are you going to run your car? You've got enough money to buy an electric car that starts at £40,000. No, you don't. Do you know the debris that comes from making those batteries on electric cars?
Let's hope there's no one having a heart attack and the neighbour's got to get through it.
You're absolutely...
Oh, that's very good of you. Very good of you.
Explain our demand.
No, I don't want to hear nothing. I hope it's my dad not having a heart attack.
He has no argument.
No, he's not even listening to anything you're saying. It's going over his head.
Hi, my name is Brad Taylor, and I just finished my freshman year at RHS. I've been a part of District 196 schools now for 10 years, and I'm going to give you a glimpse today of what's actually going on inside these schools. Despite the board's attempt to deny it, District 196 schools are quickly becoming a place where promoting activism is actually more important than promoting education. I'll take you back to my first day at RHS this fall. The principal came out and gave us a heartfelt speech about equality and standing together. He began to list countless races, such as Latino, Asian, expressing how much they matter and how important they are. But never once did he mention a race or identity that reflects me, or half the kids that were in the class. Now, members of the board, I know you haven't been to school in a while, and I know none of you, or most of you, don't have any kids left in the school district. But you must admit how uncomfortable it will be to be characterized just by your skin color on the first day of school, and be thought that you were wrong just because of your skin color. So I'll never forget the look one of my friends gave me from across the room as we were sitting there listening to this blatant bias being expressed in the so-called equity statement by the leader of our school. To be clear, I don't need you to tell me that I matter, but hearing the condolences given to other races and leaving just one race out, inevitably you'll start to feel like you've done something wrong.
See, kids like this are in a failed system. You got even kids, I don't know how old this young lad is, but even he's fighting against the adults, the muppets running the education system. This kid needs to run for president. I'm sure a lot of people would be behind him. Whoever the parents are, they must be proud of this young lad.
Was Hazel,
Yes,
you did
that's
bring up in, as a little girl.
Well, I did assign binary pronouns to Hazel initially, yes. And then when they were older, they articulated a preference for using they, them pronouns.
Right, just so I get my head around all this, it's obviously very complicated. Not to you, but it's complicated to me. So let me try and just lay this out. Explain your domestic setup. You're married, is that right?
Yes, I'm in a multi-adult family. There's 3 of us that are raising 2 children, an 8-year-old and my 1-year-old.
And how would you describe yourself? You were born biologically male, or how would you describe
I'm non-binary. Yeah, I'm non-binary, which means that I don't identify as a man or a woman, and I use they, them pronouns.
Okay, and your wife or partner, is it a wife? How would you describe your other half?
Well, all of the adults in my household identify as transgender or non-binary.
Right, and you're only married to one, or you're married to both?
Legally married to one.
Right.
In a relationship with another.
So the one you're legally married to, what is their name?
Bren.
Bren. And Bren identifies as?
A woman.
A
Uses
woman.
she, her.
And she was born a woman and remains identifying as a woman?
Yeah. Yeah, she's a woman.
Okay, and who's the third member of the setup?
My partner, Luna, who uses they, them pronouns as well.
And Luna is male or female? Or?
Non-binary.
Non-binary. And, okay, but you're not married to Luna?
No.
Okay, and you have 2 children in the house?
Yes.
Okay, and just to clarify again, Sparrow, we don't know whether Sparrow was born male or female because you haven't said that, but Sparrow is now non-binary?
No, Sparrow is, I would say, antigender, which is a term, that means before gender.
Oh. I'm so confused, man. What is happening out there? I mean, those kids, man. That kid. What life are they gonna have? They're gonna be flipping mental. We need to call social services and get them kids out of that flipping house.
I'm Cody, pronouns em, ers, or zem, zers, or really any neo pronouns that aren't z, her, hers. I am a white, transmasculine, femme, non-binary, temporarily mostly able-bodied, neurodivergent, obsessive-compulsive, chronically ill, culturally Jewish, Unitarian Universalist, non-monogamous, demi-low romantic, gray demi-bisexual, survivor of acute and complex trauma, millennial, and cat parent in mental health recovery.
Does she introduce herself that way at parties? Sorry, does EMIers introduce this way at parties? I'm trying to do the pronoun thing. I'm having a tough time.
So I just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question. So I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just wanted to know, are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness and being on time, And then the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else, and then when we were done, They actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodations for time blindness doesn't exist, and if you struggle with being on time, you'll never be able to get a job. You know, provided you're trying your absolute best to be there. And yeah, I think that a culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time, when there's other solutions that we can look to, I think that just anybody who thinks it's okay to just treat people like that, yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled. And then I asked that person, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system? And then to think, I'm entitled. No, if people think it's okay to treat others like this, that's entitlement.
Time blindness. Time blindness.
That's the dumbest thing you could have said. What are you, an idiot?
I have no idea why you want drag queens to read books to your children. I have no idea. What in the hell has a drag queen ever done to make you have so much respect for them and admire them so much? Other than put on makeup and jump on the floor and writhe around and do sexual things on stage. I have absolutely no idea why you would want that to influence your child. Would you want a stripper or a porn star to influence your child? It makes no sense at all. A drag queen performs in a nightclub for adults. There is a lot of filth that goes on, a lot of sexual stuff that goes on. And backstage, there's a lot of nudity, sex, and drugs. Okay? So I don't think that this is an avenue you would want your child to explore. They could explore dressing up at home, like we all did, like all gay boys did. We all dressed at home and we had a great time. We had a great time with our girlfriends, putting on makeup, trying on clothes, things like that. But to actually get them involved in drag is extremely, extremely irresponsible on your part. And I understand you might want to look like you're with it, that you're cool, that you're woke, that you're not a Nazi, that you're not a homophobe, whatever it may be. But you can raise your child to be just a normal, regular, everyday child without including them in gay, sexual things. And honestly, you're not doing the gay community any favors. In fact, you're hurting us, okay? We have already had a reputation of being pedophiles and being perverts and deviants. We don't need you to bring your children around. So you keep your kids at home or take them to Disneyland or take them to Chuck E. Cheese. But if you need your child to be entertained by a big human in a costume or in makeup, take them to the circus or something. When they turn 18, then why don't you take them to the clubs on their 18th birthday? Because it's an adult thing, okay?
Someone sent this to me on Instagram last night. They wanted me to include this in the video, so I did. I mean, someone in the community even speaking out against all the BS and the trauma this is going to put on kids and saying it's not right, this is for adults, really needs to be said. I mean, this probably won't be publicized anyway, I'm sure, but it's good to see people speaking out against this. So big respect to this person. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Among the whole 20-minute video, let me know which clip was the most mental. It'll be interesting to hear. I'll see you in the next one.